Years ago, y'all celebrated 3 years. Am I correct? With finished 3 years. Here's your microphone. You guys finished 3 years with Celebrate Recovery. Am I correct?
Right.
Probably what, about a year before that, you and I were dialoguing back and forth. I believe that God has perfect timing in starting ministries and those types of things. And Deborah came to me, so this has been a little over 4 years ago now, and she said, Pastor, I've heard about this ministry called Celebrate Recovery. Well, I had done some reading on it also at that time. And I told her, I said, Deborah, I'm just not sure that we need to start yet. Let's do some things. And I got to give it to her. She said, Pastor, whenever God tells you, we're ready. She would go to meetings and those types of things and visit them. And then one day I was reading a book, and it talked about this gentleman who had an area of his life. He was actually, his hang-up was he had a gambling addiction that he was dealing with. And it talked about he went to a place called Celebrate Recovery. And it's like at that moment, the Holy Spirit dropped it in my heart, and he said, it's time to start. I went to Deborah, they began, and they have been rocking the house with Celebrate Recovery. It has been amazing. I didn't get to share this with you, but Thursday, I was in Bonifay, and I was talking with another church, and we were sharing some different things. And one of the gentlemen that was there, we talked about, they said, how do you do different ministries? And I said, well, we have these and those types of things. And I said, we have this ministry called Celebrate Recovery. And the guy at the other end of the table was an older gentleman. He said, that's on Friday nights, isn't it? I said, yes, it is. He said, you know what? I have a friend who went to your Celebrate or goes to your Celebrate Recovery program. And I said, it's not my Celebrate Recovery program. I said, it's theirs. I said, this is their ministry. And I said, what happened to him? He said, you don't realize how God has touched his life because of Celebrate Recovery. That was in Bonifay on Thursday. Can we just give God a hand clap of praise for the way he touches and everything? Wow. It's amazing. Deborah, if you will, give us a little background on what we're going to see today, and let everyone know what's going to be taking place, and then you guys have it, okay?
Okay, well, I went to the pastor about a month ago, and I said, do you think we could have just a little bit of the morning service, just so we could kind of share with people, so people could put a face to Celebrate Recovery? Because I know that most of you have that preconceived TV idea of a 12-step program where people are hunkered down and sneaking in the back door somewhere to go to an addiction program. And because I've heard some of you talk about those people. Well, you're going to find out this morning that those people are us. We are all those people because, as I've heard the pastor say many times, all God's children got problems. And the wonderful thing about CR is it's not just for drugs. It's not just for gambling. It's for any hurt, habit, or hang-up. Now, I don't know anybody that's probably over 6 weeks old that hasn't been hurt, hasn't had their needs unmet, you know. So, but the first thing you're going to see this morning, and it may look a little cheesy, but I've seen this done all over the world, literally. It's called a cardboard testimony. Nothing fancy. But it's going to really put a face to just a few of the people that have been touched by CR. First, we're going to come up and you're going to see the struggles. And then we're going to celebrate the victories. And then after that, I mean, everybody that's had a cardboard testimony, they would love to get up here this morning, but we would be here about 3 days. So, but what we're going to do right after that, me and my girls are going to share for just a few minutes, and then Jonathan's going to share a testimony. So I just ask you to open up your minds and your hearts to see the face of CR. Thank you.